In Dublin city in 1913, the boss was rich and the poor enslaved, the women working and the children hungry, when on came Larkin like a mighty wave. The workers cringed when the boss man thundered, and 70 hours was their weekly chore. They asked for little, and less was granted, less given little, they'd ask for more. Then on came Larkin in 1913, a mighty man with a mighty tongue, the voice of labour, the voice of justice, and he was gifted and he was young. God sent Larkin in 1913, a union man with a labour tongue. He raised the workers, he gave them courage, he was their hero and the workers sung. In the month of August, the boss man told us no union man for him would work. We stood by Larkin and told the boss man we'd fight or die, but we would not shirk. 8 months we fought and 8 months we starved. We stood by Larkin through thick and thin. But foodless homes and our crying children, they broke our hearts and we could not win.
My name is Jesse Hughes. I'm the shop steward for Greyhound Workers. We're here today because there's 35% cuts in our wages and the staff just can't live with them sort of cuts in our wages. You're looking at over €240, where people just can't pay their mortgages anymore with them, and they'd be forced to be moved out of their houses, and that's why we're here today. We were willing to negotiate with Greyhound and give up our weekly bonus and talk about our monthly bonus, but at the end of the day Michael just wanted to go after core payments and put us down, draft us down to minimum wage, and we weren't able to survive on the minimum wage, and we just had to stand up and say, Michael, we just can't have that, and we're just standing up for our rights here today.
By the Congress of Trade Unions to ensure that the Executive Council of every trade union affiliated to our Congress, over 600,000 workers in this Republic and 800,000 on this island, are informed about what is being done to the workers in Greyhound, and are informed more particularly about the implications for them and their employment if the employers get away with what they're doing to the workers in Greyhound, and is informed as to what they can do, because what they can do is make sure that Greyhound knows that they don't accept this practice and that they can, if necessary, take their business elsewhere. We need to...
They brought in agency workers and to take our jobs, and we were locked out. We were asked to sign a new contract under these new terms and conditions with 35% cuts on our wages, or we can get off his property, and we had to move off his property. And then we got there was an injunction against us then when we had our cars out onto the road, when he forced me to ask the lads to get his cars off his premises. We got the cars off his premises, and he got an injunction against us.
Replaced by scab labour, and the scab labour at that time was provided by gangmasters, and today it's provided by agencies.
Injunction was picked up of us. We don't have the injunction against us now. We just want to go back to the talks with Michael Buckley. I hope he comes in to see reason here and come back to the table, that we can negotiate and see can we go back to work, because at the end of the day we have our families to support and we have our mortgages to pay, and we just want to go back to work basically. Say
though that big and all as this dispute is for each and every one of you, it's actually bigger than you. It's a dispute that extends way beyond Greyhound and right across the waste collection and management industry, and maybe right across our economy.
Well, we're just going to keep picketing and putting pressure on them through as much media as we can, and through the politicians and the councillors as much as we can, and to kind of ask them to come back to the table and sort out the negotiations.
A number of other people who are associated with the Labour Party and other parties here in this audience. And wasn't it a remarkable thing? And it's a long, long time since I sat on a platform and heard the list of supporters of any campaign in our movement read out. And when Stephen read out the list, he named virtually all the parties of the left and many people in the trade union movement. And for once, comrades and friends, I think this great, heroic...
Yeah, well, we've got support by everybody, all the political parties. And, you know, you'd have to be proud to be Irish here today and to see what the fantastic turnout, what's been given to us all. And I'm really proud to see what's happening today and the Irish people supporting the Dublin bin men.
You've been in a fight with men who you've driven into a corner, who have nowhere else to go. And you've been driven into a fight with a trade union movement that is only salivating at the mouth, waiting for an opportunity to present the issues confronting workers in Ireland and everywhere in the dramatic way that they've been presented in this dispute. So, to victory, comrades!
Hours. As long as it takes. Yeah. Right. As long as it takes.
As long as it takes.
Yeah, as long as it takes. We'll keep fighting till the end.
Fair play.
When Larkin left us, we seemed defeated. The night was dark for the working man. But on came Connolly with new hope and counsel. His motto was that we'd rise again. In Dublin City in 1916, the British soldiers, they burned our town. They shelled our buildings, they shot our leaders. Their harp was buried beneath the crown. They shot MacDermot and Pearse and Plunkett. They shot MacDonagh and Clark the Brave. From Bleak Kilmainham they took their bodies to Arbor Hill, to a quicklime grave. But last of all of our gallant leaders, I'll sing you a song of James Connolly, the voice of labour, the voice of justice, who gave his life that men might be free.